Welcome to Cycling Demystified, brought to you by Foundation Bike Fit and Frequency Cycle Works, the podcast where we help you take your cycling to the next level by sharing the knowledge from experienced bike fitters, mechanics, and the hidden players within the bike industry.
Going?
We're going.
All right, as a little bonus to you all, we're going to give our own bike fit tips for Christmas. So me, Ev, and Matt, we're all going to give you a triple
whammy.
Triple whammy.
Gosh.
God, it sounds like a Tesco sandwich, doesn't it? Triple whammy.
Christmas special, the triple whammy.
Yeah.
Turkey, beef, and pork in it.
Brussels sprouts, could I have?
Yeah, Brussels sprouts. Chestnut stuffing.
Chestnut stuffing.
Cranberry sauce.
Cranberry sauce, yeah, definitely.
Squash.
Squash.
Yeah.
What's squash got to do with Get out. You think you are? The Netherlands.
The Netherlands?
I don't know. I mean, Scandinavia seems to be the kind
Should
of
we start this
place
again?
where... No.
Let's keep talking. So, who wants to go first then?
Matt, you've been drumming up your
Well,
ideas.
my tip isn't a bike fit tip at all, but it will help your bike riding.
Classic Matt.
Classic Matt. Not interested in bikes at all.
Well, it will help you bike riding.
It will, yeah. And my tip is to get the fundamentals right and focus on the fundamentals rather than the marginal gains and the 1%ers. So fundamentals, basically sleep, nutrition, hydration, and consistency. They're kind of like my 4 fundamentals for kind of improving any kind of facet of your life.
The 4 horsemen.
The 4 horsemen of the apocalypse, exactly. And this is not new at all. I'm not reinventing the wheel here at all. I'm regurgitating the words of much wiser people who have come before me. Yeah. But in a world where we're obsessed with kind of like instant gratification and marginal gains and 1%ers, I think we can lose sight of just doing the basics well and doing the basics consistently. So sleep is kind of like the most productive thing you can do, because that is when your body repairs itself, and that is when your body regenerates from the stress that it is being put under. Now, the body doesn't care where the stress comes from, whether that's training, riding your bike, lifting weights in the gym, whatever that might be. It might be family and like, you know, kind of domestic life. It might be stress at work. It might be a combination of all of those things. Body doesn't care. All it knows is that it has a certain amount of stress to deal with, and that takes energy. And if you're not sleeping enough, or if your sleep quality is not of a high enough standard, then you're going to dig yourself a hole eventually, and that can lead to all kinds of, you know, kind of not only performance issues but it can also lead to loads of health issues as well. So I think my one tip would be to square away your sleep, and that is to create good sleep habits. So getting your phones out of the bedroom, getting blue light out of the bedroom, creating a good sleep routine, a good sleep environment, whether that's investing in a new bed, a new mattress, topper, blackout curtains, all of that kind of stuff. I think that would be my one tip, would be to really kind of like focus in on good quality, consistent sleep, and that is the foundation which you can build everything else. And I was actually, I've struggled with sleep for years, and Colin, who used to coach me, knows this as well. And one of the most productive books I read is a book, a little pamphlet almost, called Sleep, by a chap called Nick Littlehales, who has done lots of different things, but he's kind of mainly known for being at Manchester United in the early 90s, Team Sky in the late noughties, and he's written kind of like a really informative little pamphlet on how to practically improve your sleep environment, your sleeping habits. I think it's like less than a tenner on Amazon. So go and have a look at that, and that would be my my top tip for Christmas.
Nice, yeah.
So
I like
some
it.
kip.
Yeah, yes. One good thing that we can do through the winter is get good quality sleep.
Honestly, I reckon if I came back as an animal, I'd be a bear. I just want to hibernate.
Or a tortoise.
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause I'm quite slow.
But also, just building it, this made me think about, what we do in a bike fit is essentially try and teach your body to move in a different way. That's what you're trying to do. You're trying to affect how your body moves. And that's why a bike fit, all the benefits of a bike fit don't happen instantly. You should go away feeling better at the end of the session because we're getting you into a better position. But to get the most out of the position, then you need to ingrain that movement pattern, as Colin was saying earlier in his kind of bike fit tip. You need to invest the time into ingraining that movement. But in order to learn a new position, you need to be able to sleep. So if you don't sleep, you'll never get that cognitive improvement. Like your body will learn something as you're sleeping and only learn it or really absorb it, both mentally, cognitively, but also neuromuscularly. How you sometimes when you're trying to solve a puzzle or something, doing something with your hands, and you just keep trying to do it, and then it's really difficult. But if you just take a break or you kind of go sleep and come back to it the next morning and then you try it again and suddenly you can just do it straight away. It's almost like the brain needs that time and space to kind of process the information and the method, and then it will come back and you can just kind of do
Where
it.
the turn of phrase comes from, isn't it? I'll sleep on it.
Yeah.
Your subconscious supercomputer,
Yeah.
which you have no control over whatsoever,
It's still working.
is still working and processing through the problem, whether that be, like you said, psychologically, neuromuscularly, whatever that might be. Yeah, sleep on it, and you probably find that you'll come back the next day.
Well,
you'll be able to do it a bit better.
you and I are both musicians, so you know that you try and get something and you get nowhere, and you're like, I get really frustrated.
Put it down.
Just put it down, go away from it, come back to it the next day. Suddenly, you're like, I can do it.
There you go. Nice tip, Matt.
Cool.
Get some kip.
Yeah.
Get some sleep.
Ev, you got a tip for us?
My tip. It was going to be mechanical, but it's not. It's going to be rideable.
Oh, well, maybe you can give us two.
A rideable tip.
Well, one mechanics tip. Keep your chain clean, because that's the thing that transfers the power from your feet to your back wheel.
Is that just because you had to clean a really dirty chain?
I had to clean my chain. And I was like, I probably should have done this a while ago. But that is one of the most important things. But that relates to another thing, which is don't be afraid of fatigue. Don't be afraid of your performance differing from one day to the next. Just from the mechanical perspective, make sure your bike is consistent. So, check your tyre pressures. You don't have to be accurate to the 1 psi. Just in the ballpark, just so they're not sloppy. Make sure your chain's not covered in grit and mud and oil the whole time. Make sure your brakes are clean, that sort of thing. But your performance is still going to change despite that. But at least if you can put that to bed, you don't have to worry that, maybe there's something wrong with my bike. You can just realise that some days you're going to be stronger than others. And if you did a big session at the weekend, commuting in on a Monday is probably going to feel quite hard. It's not your tyre pressures. It's not your aero position. You're just fatigued. So deal with it. Don't worry about it. It's fine. Get some rest. Your body will recuperate and you'll feel strong again.
Get some more sleep.
Get some more sleep.
It's the same
basically the same tip.
Yeah, just more sleep.
Yeah. Sleep as much as possible.
Yeah. Was that both tips in one?
I think so.
Yeah. But keeping your chain clean, it's pretty easy though, isn't it? You can just get a rag, keep it.
Don't overdo it. Don't go degreasing your whole bike, because you'll just blow all the grease out of the bearings, and then it'll be worse.
Yeah. What do you do? You just kind of wipe it down.
Just wipe it down with a rag, and if it gets really dirty, obviously, send it in for a service.
Yeah. Oh, wax chains, are they better
or cleaner than oil? Doesn't attract as much road dirt.
Yeah.
So I prefer wax to oil, but you do need to top it up every now and again, which you do with oil as well. So much of a muchness.
Cool. All right. Good tips. So.
And yours?
Clean chains and sleep. My tip, I'm going to follow suit with a slightly
even more sleep
tangential, I guess, not direct tip regarding bike fitting, but it very much relates to bike fitting. And that is to create relationships. And it kind of relates a little bit to what you were saying, Matt, about these kind of fundamental pillars, some basic pillars that you need to create within your kind of lifestyle and what you do. But we need relationships, and we need a team, a support group. We need people around us to help us do what we want to do. And from like a bike fit perspective, that could be just finding, creating a relationship with your local bike shop. If you're looking for a bike, there's an untapped amount of knowledge and expertise within those shops and within the practitioners, within your local bike fit studio that you can tap into. And that may help you make a much more informed decision about, your next bike purchase, or how to change different components in your bike, or source different components which will help you get into a better position. Because it's so easy just to go online, just go click, 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 and spend £10,000 and you don't really know what you're getting. And maybe as someone who pays particular attention to all parts of your bike, whatever stock bike you buy, the chances that every single component on it are going to be exactly right for you are pretty much zero. Like, there's going to be something out of the 10 parts that, make up the bike, the saddle, the seat post, the handlebars, the stem, the cranks, all of that, like the likelihood that it's just going to be just right out of the box is pretty much zero. So then how do you go about trying to find the right stuff for you? Well, you need knowledge, and you need some advice and some support, and somewhere where you can find those bits. Or you can buy a bike and get it built exactly to your right specs from the word go. And yeah, it's great to be able to do that yourself, but also sometimes you just need that extra little tool, or you need that extra little bit of advice. How do I press this bearing in here? What grease should I be using for this? And, it's much nicer to be able to walk into somewhere and have that conversation. And I think your local bike shop will appreciate that too. They're there to help the community that they serve. So yeah, don't be afraid of your local bike shop, or go and find somewhere that you like spending time, and go and do it. That's my tip.
Nice.
So yeah, hopefully that gives people a little bit of thought over Christmas. Hope everyone has a wonderful holiday. Eat lots, sleep lots, ride your bike lots, and yeah, we will see you in 2025. If you've enjoyed what you've heard, or found any of the information has made a difference for your riding, we would be super grateful if you could do two things. Firstly, we'd love it if you could leave us a 5-star rating or review, as this really helps other riders find our podcast and access the same useful information you've been enjoying. Secondly, tell your friends on the next group ride to give us a listen. The more you can spread the word, the more riders can find a better ride. Thanks again, and catch you on the next one.
Suffering from numb hands, tingling toes, and any other persistent discomforts when you ride? These are all signs that your bike fit could be improved. If you're bike fit curious, get in touch with Way or Matt by emailing info@foundation.fit, or finding them on Instagram @FDN_bikefit. Finally, for all your bike servicing needs, custom dream bike or hand-built wheels, go to www.frequencycycleworks.com, or find me on Instagram @frequencycycleworks. Until next time, keep on spinning.